Make one other point, Liz. She gets things done. When you talk about the Children's Health Insurance Program, that got started about 3 months before I became governor. There were 50,000 people enrolled. When I left office, we had 1 million children enrolled. That program changed their lives and changed the lives of their parents, 8 million across the country. So she's progressive, she's a fighter, and she gets change to happen to improve the lives of Americans.
Governor Gregg, why isn't that working this time around? Because Governor Jeb Bush has gotten things done in Florida. Governor John Kasich has gotten things done in Ohio. And yet, suddenly experience is a bad thing.
Well, actually, I think you're going to see in New Hampshire that one of those two people comes up very fast on the outside. I'm supporting Jeb Bush, but I think one of either Governor Bush, Governor Kasich, or possibly Senator Rubio are going to come up very fast here in the next few days. And I wouldn't be surprised, as I said earlier, if one of them beat Donald Trump. I actually agree with Gray. I think Hillary may win in New Hampshire. You know, the fact is that New Hampshire's not Vermont. You know, Vermont's a socialist state. New Hampshire's a fairly rational state. And sure, there's a hardcore, very far left vote here in New Hampshire, but I don't see Hillary not tapping into what I would call this typical mainstream Democratic vote here.
Well, maybe we'll get to issues, and certainly what happened on Capitol Hill today with the Turing Pharmaceutical CEO mocking and smirking. Governor Davis, you just talked about health care, but prescription drugs matter to Americans, and maybe that's going to be an issue that's talked about.
And there are about $300 million paid through Medicare and Medicaid. So the federal government has a big stake in seeing that drugs are rationally priced. I'm a big fan of biotech. We have a huge industry in California, also in Massachusetts. But these drugs ought to come on at a rational price. We pay far more in America than the rest of the world.
True.
And so we need a balance between the cost it takes to produce innovation with drugs that can keep people alive longer and live better, a good thing, but not gouging them. So we haven't reached that balance, and I think Hillary's not only for that, but she gets things done.
Yeah, well, we'll see if the smirkfest CEO is it's unbelievable.
That's never good.
Yeah, never good. Great to see both of you.
I think his days are probably numbered. But let's remember that we produce the best drugs in the world, and yes, the rest of the world takes advantage of that. But if we didn't do it here in the United States, it wouldn't get done, and they save a lot of lives. And it takes about 12 years and about $1 billion to bring a drug to the market that works. And so you just can't arbitrarily force people not to get a return on that and expect the people to invest to produce those drugs. And that's just basic human nature.
That's the argument.
I totally agree, but we need some better balance.
Well, we'll see if that comes up on the campaign trail as well. It should. Gray Davis, Judd Gregg, lovely to have both of you.